All right, here we go.
There we go.
We're live on Periscope. Am I here?
Right there, yeah.
Cool.
Are you gonna? We'll do one with you solo.
Selfie? Okay, cool.
And
They're gonna think I'm nuts trying to film this, but I promise it's gonna be cool.
okay.
Hey guys, it's me in studio. The champ is here. We're live on Periscope.
Periscope.
Triple R is in the house.
Hey, how y'all doing?
So we're gonna try to set this up so we can see what we're doing here. Hi guys. Everyone wants hugs. Of course they do. So, what's around here? Okay. Triple R, what's going on? Everything good?
Nothing, everything's great. Did you have a good time at the bowling tournament?
I had so much fun. How did you do?
Oh, I don't. I threw it a couple times. I was running around, hugging people, taking pictures. You know, it was just,
Fun.
I didn't really bowl that much.
They're saying the champ is here.
Yeah.
So I told somebody yesterday, I was like, I hope you win, and for many reasons. But one of the reasons would be like, if you didn't, it'd be like, so that didn't go so well. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, well, I know. It'd be a great topic. Well, I'm here without a title.
Not doing so well.
Where was it? It was at
Full Sail.
So,
at Full Sail,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would have been fine, but I just thought that was kind of funny. Like,
Yeah.
it'd be a lot better. Like, yeah, she made it.
yeah.
Rather than, well, you're missing something. Yeah.
You have Sasha's number?
Yeah. We thought Sasha was coming in. No,
Yeah. To get her on the line, is that right?
I thought about that. I thought we should talk about the little girl thing, and I thought, no, that's something to ask Sasha later.
Yeah.
So you been traveling a lot?
Yeah, well, not since Canada. But,
Okay. Yeah.
But I go on Friday to New York for Evolve.
I'm
the
gonna
Evolve
move
shows.
this out of the way so you're not just staring at food all the time.
And then that's the whole England,
Right.
New York, Wales, England, Vegas trip.
That'll be cool.
Yeah. You know I hate going to London. I hate it.
I know you do.
It's my least favorite.
I liked your British Bulldog pants.
Oh, did you like
That
them?
was good.
Yeah,
She's
the little
tight.
Davy boy. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna wear them, and I said on air I was gonna wear Davy boy smoke pants. I think I should.
But you were sick as hell, weren't you?
Yeah, when I went home, we did the bowling tournament. I was really sick. When I went home, I took a nap because my voice was fine. I mean, you could tell I was sick. But then when I went home and I woke up from a nap, I had no voice for like 2 days. Then I sounded like a little boy going through puberty. It wasn't my best.
Did
My best look.
Did you meet a lot of people and everybody?
Yeah, and trying to think. Larry Zabisco was there, who I know.
Yes.
But then, I got to walk around a little bit and see people, and yeah, it was fun. Those are always fun. I love those.
Yeah.
And then the Rock people are always so nice. But so Pal, the guy who won the auction, was at NXT with me last night.
Oh, nice.
And it was his first show ever. He's been to like some indie shows. I think he went to Raw a couple times.
Oh, good.
He's never been to an NXT show, so he had so much fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he's a big Bayley fan.
Different, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
So different than Raw and stuff.
It's better.
So intimate.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
It's like we're a
so
family.
atmosphere. Yeah, really.
Somebody
cute.
said Hugamania is running wild.
Yes.
Yeah.
Was it Bayley Mania?
Hugamania.
Yeah.
She hugs. So we're gonna talk about the fact that it was historic for two reasons. That that it was a first ever Iron Man match, 30 minutes, and then also that it was the first ever main event for WWE or NXT for women.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Should I put this on?
Are those hers right over there, Russ?
Ooh, these are cool.
I think those are yours.
Okay. Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Welcome back to the Monsters Mornings on Real Radio 104.1. Remember, tomorrow you can help out feeding children everywhere. We just need volunteers. We're not asking for money. How weird is that? It's a fundraising event, but all you got to do is give your time, 1 hour of time, and that is tomorrow at Alaqua Country Club. It's going to be while they're doing the LPGA tour or tournament, but you can help out by feeding children everywhere. There's going to be a lot of people out there that are going to be basically packaging up meals for kids here in Central Florida. We're trying to do 300,000. Is that right? 300,000? Wow. Meals for kids right here in Central Florida.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They're gonna do it.
And
We're gonna break it.
Break the record. We're gonna make this. Will, if we are able to do that many, it'll be more than they did in Tampa. So we'd love to beat Tampa on that one. And that's going to be starting tomorrow. It's between 11 and 5. Just go to Alaqua Country Club. Megan Clemente will be out there representing the Monsters, and I think Channel Fox News will be out there, and a lot of people will be out there to help out. So hey, it's time to talk to oCalVal. Hello,
Yay!
SoCal.
Hi guys. Good morning.
SoCal, good morning.
Good to see
Hello.
you today. We saw you at the bowling tournament, and
Oh, yes.
you were in rare form.
I was. I had so much fun.
Yeah.
I'm not the best bowler, but you know, can't be
That's
good
right.
at everything, Russ.
No.
I try, but yeah, bowling's not my strong suit.
Well, that's okay. I mean, you looked good. What was the tights you had on? Were like
I may or may not have been rocking some Davy Boy Smith Union Jack flag pants.
They were fantastic.
If I'm going to wear pants, I have to have some sort of wrestling reference involved.
right, and you were there bright and early. Now, tell me about the guy that won. You won your bid.
Yes, well, shout out to Pow. He was our winning bidder for the bowling tournament, which benefits Rock Pink, breast cancer awareness, tremendous charity there. But he was the winner of the bowling tournament, and then he also, as part of the...
Oh, he won the whole thing.
Yeah, well, no, he won on my team.
Oh,
My team.
oh,
Yeah.
gotcha,
So he got to bowl with me, which was so fun. But then part of the prize was that we provided a ticket to the sold-out NXT Takeover show, and he attended the show with me and went yesterday. And he's watched NXT on television a lot. He's been to a couple Raws, but he's never been to an NXT live event in person. So it was his first one last night.
Nice.
And it was so cool to watch the show through the eyes of a first-timer. So
Yeah.
it's such a great time.
Yeah,
Good.
and I guess last night there was kind of a special thing that happened. It was like your first time, right?
Well, NXT Takeover was on the WWE Network, which, by the way, you can catch the replays, and I think it's free this month on WWE.com. You can find the information there. But what everyone's been talking about is the main event of NXT Takeover Respect was between two women, and this is unheard of.
That's
guys.
never been a headline. It's never been a main event.
Never, not in WWE or in NXT.
That's crazy.
So this just proves how great these women are in WWE and NXT. And it was not only a main event including women, it was for the NXT Women's Championship, and it was a 30-minute Iron Man match.
Whoa.
Wow, and we have the champion with us right now.
We do, and I'm so happy to introduce the current reigning and defending NXT Women's Champion, Bayley, is in studio with us today.
Hello, Bayley. How you
Hi,
doing?
guys.
What up, Bayley?
Congratulations, big
Yes.
winner last night, and you were the headline. You were the main event.
Yeah.
You will now be. You're now going to be like a trivia question. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like who was the
History.
first?
Yeah.
I know, that's crazy. I think about that kind of stuff. Like,
Yeah.
10
Yeah.
years from now, people are going to be saying, who is in the first ever women's Iron Man match? It's crazy.
Yeah. Okay. So tell me. Okay. How long have you been a professional wrestler?
For 7 years in all, but I've been with NXT for about 3 years.
Okay, for 7 years in all. And if you don't, well, I'm not going to ask you how old you are. That's not polite. Okay, so you've been doing it for 7 years. And where did you grow up? Where were you?
San Jose, California.
California.
Yep, so
And-
Bay Area.
And how do you end up in Orlando, Florida?
Well, thanks to NXT, but I've kind of traveled throughout the U.S. and Canada, kind of through before NXT.
Yeah.
So I just got around, got my name out, and someone saw me from somewhere in Southern California and got a tryout with WWE and moved everything to Tampa at the time. So I was there for like 6 months, and now I'm back. I'm back here in Orlando.
Now, nobody would realize that she's the women's champion. At the same time that everybody came in, Tibby's came in,
Yeah.
right? And I didn't know. I'm saying, I'm like, is she from Tibby's possibly? Because there's that, you would picture like 6 foot, some gigantic, but I think that's probably attributed to how good of a wrestler you are too. Yeah,
Oh,
right.
come on.
No.
No, what
If you give me some of that Tibby's, I'll be
Done.
Well, a lot of girls grow up and they want to be a princess, or they want to be a cheerleader, or they want to be, but I mean, why do you want to grow up and be a professional wrestler? Where did that start?
Yeah.
It's weird, like, I don't know, the first time I saw wrestling was Macho Man was on my screen, and he just looked like so cool. He had these tassels and colors, and he just looked like he was having so much fun, and I was glued to the TV. Like, my dad and my brother would watch it, and I would just kind of walk by, but it wasn't until I saw Macho Man, and I was like,
Oh,
man,
yeah.
dude, he looks so cool.
Yeah.
And then I started really getting into it, and it wasn't like until I saw the women in there, and I was like, oh my gosh, they do this too? And I got really into it, wanted to do it.
But recently the women's ranks or whatever have gotten to be more of a big deal. It used to be really it was the novelty. They'd have the midgets, a couple girls, and then they'd do the wrestling.
Yeah.
And so, but now it's why do you think it's starting to become a big deal? And now you're the first main event. Why do you think it's starting to catch on more?
Well, I don't know. It seems like just like the group of girls in NXT for sure. We just all kind of had like a common goal, and it was we grew up like our generation grew up watching like Victoria and Trish and Lita and Ivory, and those girls were like amazing. Like they were going in the ring and doing stuff that we want to do.
What about
and that's
China?
what we grew up. Exactly, yeah.
Yeah,
She
who
was
was-
changing the game. Like China was.
I was gonna say, who was the first girl that really got a lot of attention? China probably.
For proper wrestling, for getting in there with the guys, as far as I can remember.
And Lita. I would
And
say
Lita was.
yeah.
She's just known for being herself and being totally different than any other woman on the roster. And she had her own style, and she would do all things with guys. And she was in there with them, having matches with them, going through tables, like doing stuff off ladders. It's just that's like as a little girl, not wanting to be a princess, like you said, like wanting to be a wrestler. Like that's the kind of wrestling I wanted to do.
There was an old school, the Fabulous Moolah or something, who was a woman that would, but she would always wrestle the guys or whatever. I don't think they ever wrestled women.
Well, she was the one that she was older, right?
Oh yeah.
There's been so many, and the coolest thing about the resurgence of women's wrestling and the whole Divas revolution, it's been so exciting for a female, for me to watch, because it's so cool to have an inspirational character like Bayley that's little girls look up to. There's so many little girls in the crowd that are dressed just like Bayley, and all they want to do is get a hug from Bayley, and that's so cool again because it's sort of a girl power moment. But one question that we got on Twitter from a lot of the fans was, how do you deal with being in sort of as perceived as a man's business?
Yeah.
Obviously it is sort of a male-dominated sport, so they want to know how is it being a woman in the sport, and do you think that the men in the locker room are feeling threatened at all by the women?
It's funny because I don't know. It's obviously like we want to be better than the guys, and we want to be treated like the guys. Just like, yeah, we can do it too. So that's like always been our mentality. But even on the main roster, from the little bit that I've been up there, they're all very cool because they watch NXT and they're like, man, I liked your match with this, like Tyson Kidd, or even Cena came up to me after the Brooklyn match.
Really?
It was really like. Man, that was really nice to watch.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
John.
Do you notice that it seems as if, and I just went to see WWE when they were here for, what was it, I forget what the event was, but they were just here with SmackDown
It's
or
just
something
a
like
live
that.
event. Mm-hmm.
And the women's match, they had a great 3-on-3 women's match, and the women's were much faster, bam, 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 bam. It seemed to be hitting harder, seemed to be like trying to show everybody, look, we're just as important as the guys, and it seems like the women have to step it up a little bit to get that credibility. Do you feel that, or is that just my perception?
Totally. It does feel like we kind of need to step it up a little bit just to, I don't know, everything
get respect.
we do. Yeah, everything we do kind of led into last night. Where it's like we're fighting just to like, we can be in this spot, and every takeover we kind of gotten closer where we're a part of a main event or we're just a main attraction or whatever it was. The matches just kept getting bigger and bigger until we finally made it to the main event. And it was just kind of I don't know, it was like years of building it, and that came from the Divas Revolution going on Raw and SmackDown as well.
Now, on WWE, it seems as if a lot of attention, and maybe this is because I'm more of an old school viewer of wrestling, but Ric Flair's daughter seems to be getting a lot of push or whatever because she's Ric Flair's daughter.
Yeah.
Is that, she's really
I would say that she's Ric Flair's daughter. I've trained with her for years.
What's her name again?
Charlotte.
Yeah.
Charlotte, yeah.
And she works so hard. She's just
So she deserves
incredible.
she deserves
Totally.
the attention.
She's incredible. She's so naturally gifted.
But do you think fans like me or other guys that are watching will give her a little more? Okay, well that's Ric Flair's daughter. No,
Just triple R.
No, there's a lot of people give her an extra little. Okay, well that's Ric Flair's daughter, so let me watch.
I mean, it might be like an intention getter where if they turn it on for the first time and they're like, "Oh, that's Ric Flair's daughter," and they used to watch wrestling a long time ago and is a huge Flair fan, maybe. But once they see her, they know that she's not in that position just because she's Ric Flair's daughter.
Right.
I think in a way she's got to prove it even more. I remember when Randy Orton first came in, everyone just went, "Oh, he's Bob Orton's kid," and he actually got a lot of flack for that. So I'm sure she's got to kind of go over that hurdle of just being Ric Flair's daughter, and that's probably why she's worked as hard as she has.
Totally, she has to work a million times harder. She feels like she has this legacy she has to hold and make live on and all this stuff. So she has so much pressure on herself. She probably puts way too much pressure on herself because she's just great as she is.
So you've been out here at Full Sail training?
Yeah. Well, at the Performance Center.
At the Performance Center, okay.
Yes.
Did you come in contact with or know Dusty Rhodes at all?
Oh, yeah, totally. When I first got here, he was working with us, had promo classes with him every week.
What was that? Because you're talking about
Unreal,
a
right?
promo class from Dusty Rhodes, The American Dream. That pretty much is the guy that wrote the book.
Right.
Triple R loves Dusty Rhodes.
I
Big
had
fan.
a chance to tag team with him one time. I love the guy. He's a super great guy. What did you learn from Dusty Rhodes?
Man, without Dusty, I would be nothing. He was just, so when I first came in, I was just this wrestler. I was just a girl who wrestled for a few years and just wanted to wrestle. I knew nothing about promos. I didn't have a character, didn't have a look, like nothing. And every time I'd go up in front of a camera with Dusty in front of the promo class, I would cry because I just had
Wasn't
no
your thing. Wasn't your thing.
I didn't know what I was doing, and I was shaking. And he would just say, "Let's do it again. Let's do it again. Come on, you could do it." And he would always compliment me, like watching me in training or whatever. Like, "You're a great wrestler, but this is what you need. This is what you need. You need to connect through the camera. You need to look in that red light, and you need to make the people feel through that camera lens what you're feeling." And I just didn't know how. He would put me in classes with like 9 other people that needed work and needed some help, but he knew had something special. He'd push us and push us and push us until we finally, something started to stick with my character, something started to stand out, and he'd like pick something, and he just knew that there was something special, and he would find it in everybody and bring it out of you. And I always say this, but after my first match as Bayley with my ponytail, it was against Alicia Fox in the first ever NXT Women's Championship tournament, and I got in the ring and took out my hair, and I was just like how I normally wear it. And when I came to the back, Dusty was like, "Why did you take your ponytail out? That's your thing."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Never take it out again." He was the first one waiting for me backstage, and I was like, "Oh, okay, what did he say?" And he's just been amazing to NXT.
And there was story after story after story of Dusty doing that and giving people their gimmicks, giving people their ideas.
He had the eye for talent.
And being just the kindest, sweetest guy. I mean, I had nothing but a great experience meeting him. And that's interesting. That's really cool to hear.
Yeah.
So what did
funny
you
how
give
one
him?
thing like a ponytail, it could be so meaningful.
Yeah, speaking of which, I was just about to ask that. In the women's game, is the gimmick as popular as much as in the male game? So, and I haven't seen you wrestle yet, but you're the champ, and I'm going to see it. But what's your
you
gimmick?
can get it on the network.
That's
Carla.
what's up.
You're
That's
gonna watch
what's
that
up.
match.
You can go watch Takeover.
I
from
think I
yesterday.
will. I think.
Yeah,
Oh my God! No, I'm not.
Let's order a pizza. Let's watch it together. We'll have fun.
It's really just, it's honestly myself.
Okay.
What I'm doing is me when I was 10 years old watching wrestling.
Oh, nice.
It's just this overwhelmed super fan that is just in awe of everyone and everything. And even if you watched last night, I was just like, still can't believe that. Like, I can't believe I'm here right now doing this radio show, right? Like, it's just with a WWE title, it's really crazy.
Dusty saw that and you said, okay, that's what we're going to magnify, and that's what you're going to play on, and that's what you're going to make a big deal about because that's really you.
Like, it's me, yeah. And that goes for, a bunch of the girls on the roster and even the guys. It's just, you got to find that little bit in you that you can just turn up a little bit and just go with.
It's interesting with that character being so positive and so happy. It's like, I feel like sometimes people might want to spin that so maybe you're not as much of a force to be reckoned with. But I mean, last night, it's interesting that it was called NXT Takeover Respect because that's exactly what Bayley and Sasha got from the fans and from the locker room. At the end of the match, the entire locker room came out to applaud Bayley and Sasha, and flowers were given to you. I mean, how did that feel to have all of your peers? For the fans to love you is one thing, and that's amazing, I'm sure. But to have all of your peers and people that you looked up to, like Triple H and all these superstars, come out and applaud you at the end of the match.
They were there, huh?
Yeah, well, they came out from the locker room.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Like, going back to how we're saying, like, this is a male-dominant sport, in that moment, I saw Triple H and Stephanie and everybody coming out, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is really sweet of them. And then to see the whole locker room come out, like Sami Zayn and Tyler Breeze and just everybody that I look up to in this business, and they have incredible matches, and there's guys from the main roster there, and just everybody, like, the guys were genuinely happy and just showing us, like, the utmost respect and just clapping, and, like, you can see it in their eyes that they were feeling, like, the moment with us, and that was just, I don't know, it just meant really so much more. It just,
yes, Angel, a question for Bayley, the champion.
Bayley boys. Well, the Bayley boys, somebody just told me a story, one of the athletic trainers, that she saw one of you guys at work or something. So, hi guys. I think you'll be there tonight, right? What is hug life?
What is hug life?
What is hug
Yeah,
life?
instead of thug life, hug life.
You live in a hug life,
Yeah,
Bayley.
You know, just
Straight
a life
hugs.
of hugs.
So Triple H is like, I guess he's it's like Vince McMahon and then Triple H or Stephanie right there, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's gotta be-
He's our boss. He's our NXT boss.
And a lot of those guys are out there a lot then, right?
Yeah, he's there every taping.
I think that's such a great example to show, like, men have to stick up for women. Women can only do so much before, people kind of sign on and go, oh, these the biggest, strongest guys in the world, these wrestlers, come out and support the women's
Yeah,
championship.
it was a really cool moment
That's
to watch.
amazing. That, 10 years, no, maybe 10, maybe 20, 15 years ago, that would have
Never.
happened.
No.
And that's a huge deal. Congratulations.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Congratulations, Bayley. It was such an exciting moment. But again, if you did not see the match, you can watch it on the WWE Network, which all of the information is on WWE.com. This is one of those matches, too, that even I have gone back. I watched it again last night when I got home. It's something you
such a
can watch
nerd.
over and over. Oh, I was in my one pajama. It's so good. And by the way, you were speaking of Dusty Rhodes, the Tag Team Classic. The winners last night were Finn Balor and our boy Samoa Joe.
Yeah.
Oh, he's a good guy.
Yeah, he's great. So, and again, you can watch that on Takeover. It was so good.
And what is coming up, SoCalVal? Anything coming up that we need to know about?
For me, I'll actually be in New York for Evolve. You can get the information on WWNlive.com. That'll be on October 17th and 18th in New York. And then NXT has a taping tonight at Full Sail. It is sold out. We want to invite you to the show, but NXT is too awesome. They were sold out very quickly.
You can be there on the 22nd, though.
Yeah,
We'll be back there
October
on the
22nd. Yeah, and there are tickets available. Are they on sale right now for October 22nd?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
We'll get 'em.
those go so fast. And
Dude,
Bayley will be there
yeah.
defending her championship, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Well, Bayley, congratulations. And
Yes.
thank you for coming in and talking to us.
Thank
We
you.
certainly appreciate it. SoCalVal, always good to see you.
Thank you, guys.
Now, will you be here next week or not? You'll be out of town?
I will be here next week,
Next
yes.
week. Okay,
And
we'll see
then
you.
I'm going on my big trip, but we'll talk about that another
Very
time.
nice. All right. You're listening to the Monsters of the Morning.
Yay!
Cool.
That was awesome.
Good job, lady.
Thanks.
Yeah. How cool was Dusty, man? He's such a
He was the coolest.
Okay.
Thank you, Russ.
Oh, of
that was
course.
awesome.
Can I see your
Thank
belt?
you, Periscope. They're sending their love. They're all saying great match.
Okay.
Yay!
That's so awesome.
Thanks for watching, guys.